Right, we're back for another game. Chelsea versus right when I start, you ring her. Who do you think? Yeah. I can hear that. Yes. Yeah, I'll be back in a second. Right, for that hassle, he decided he didn't want to watch Sky Sports Soccer Saturday for the final results, and he'd rather watch match on a pixel screen. That's what he'd rather do.
I never know. You've suggested that I watch it. I wouldn't have bothered putting it on because I can't see it. If I can't see it, I don't really want to watch it.
So that's the team down the bottom. I'm not sure what the formation is, but I'm just going off what I think it is.
Why have we got nothing
It's
yet?
because the match hasn't started yet. That's why. You know what we had on Sunday? Yeah, that's what we'll have. Because the match hasn't started yet. It looks like Cole Palmer's making his Chelsea full debut today. Caicedo, Cucurella, and Sanchez playing against their former club in Brighton, with one former Chelsea player starting for Brighton, and that is Tariq Lamptey. Billy Gilmore on the bench, which is very surprising because you'd think he'd start him after the start he's had to the season.
I'd have put Sterling on, but not. No. Put him on for quarter an hour.
There's no point. Well, I don't know about not point, but he needed to give opportunities to Palmer because Palmer come in expecting to start. Oh, hang on. Looks like Cucurella is at right back. That's not good. Him on his weaker side. Not what I would have done. Right, match starts in 30 seconds. Let's see how
I'm missing.
You're missing what?
Amadeo and Bonnie.
Since when have you been interested in soaps?
Since you watch it every night sitting over there on your seat where all your munchy crunches things.
What do you mean? My chocolate. My chocolate. Right, my chocolate. I can't speak. The match is about to start. No, I can't because then it ruins the Wi-Fi on here, and then this will go all laggy. You want that, do you? So then. It's never affected you in the past.
If you want to play it, put it on my phone.
No, it wouldn't like that. Trying to talk.
Like that, just stand it up against your screen.
No.
First half, where are they?
I don't know. I wish I could control this because I.
Can we lift it up so we can see
What do you mean lift it up? Lift what up?
I can't see the football pitch.
Yes, because that's the end of the picture. That's not.
So we're not going to see it passing all the way around.
You will whenever they decide to load it up. Not me. I can't
If it
control
doesn't
this.
do that, I want this turned off.
So how are we going to analyse the game?
We're not going to analyse that.
So what's the point of it?
I'm not sitting there. I'm not sitting.
Here we go. Look, here we go. It's changing. Fucking put him on speaker again. Alright, we're back. Chelsea have started against Brighton now. Kickoff at Stamford Bridge has begun. Let's see how we do. What do you think we'll do? Win? What's your prediction then?
I don't know.
You don't know.
But yeah.
Why? Because Sky didn't
No,
want to put the
because
game
I
on?
love football and I don't really want to watch this.
Well, no one else, no other Chelsea fan in the world can watch this apart from people in different countries, or unless you're at the ground. Because it's not on Sky, it's not on telly. That's why I said if I had it on that Sky thing, when the goal goes in, they will show the goal.
So what are you going to do about that?
Well, that's
You'll
why I
flip
said
from here to the other one.
no. I was going to leave one. Brighton have the ball now. Dahoud.
Nobody's going to comment that. We want to watch him.
Who's in?
The killer.
Brighton doing every touch from Caicedo, Cucurella, and Sanchez.
I'll watch it till 9 o'clock.
What?
Listen, and then it's going on 33.
Why are you so interested over Chelsea, over
Daniel,
your team?
shut up. We're not watching Chelsea. I'm watching a bit of diagram. Someone
This
it.
is what's happening in the game.
I know that, but I can't see the players and I can't see what they're doing.
No one
there's
can.
no commentary.
Yeah, I'm doing the commentary.
That's what I was sure about.
By the looks of it, Brighton playing the same formation as us. They got Berger in goal.
This is what I don't understand. Besides Chinese, is to get all these little things that you don't tell anybody.
I'm trying to because you're talking over me.
You just keep sitting there, and all these lines come up and go there, and they don't know who it is because they're waiting for you to say something, and you don't talk about it. Look,
I do.
Who kicked that ball there?
Throw in by Lamptey, dispossessed.
Well, why didn't you say that then?
I just did. Tackled by Caicedo. Caicedo's going forward. Jackson. He's got further forward now, but it's blocked by one of the defenders. Finally, Chelsea have started on the front foot. Hear that? That's what you want to hear, didn't you?
You got to go, yeah.
Jackson won't be playing on Monday, but I don't know. I don't get the rules. A red card gets carried. Suspension red cards get carried, but not yellow card suspension. No, the 5 yellow cards. Don't know why. But I'm guessing that's because it's a new rule. Right, so let's see.
Why is there no one on the pitch then?
Goal kick to Chelsea. Brighton had their first chance of the game, and there's been a goal for Leicester away at Anfield.
We'll wait to see that game.
Scored by McAteer.
Racketeer?
McAteer. McAteer scores for Leicester away against Liverpool. And that's the only. Oh, Brentford are playing Arsenal.
Ooh, oh, come on, Brentford.
I don't think any of the big sides have got an easy tie. Chelsea don't have an easy tie. Man City are playing Newcastle. The team that's had the easiest tie was probably Man United, who played Palace yesterday and won 2-0 or 3-0, I can't remember. But I like to see that the bigger teams that got getting harder opposition, because that could show how well they actually care about this competition. City are playing at 8. Cole passing back towards Sanchez in the goal. Sanchez passes forwards. It's going out for a Brighton throw-in. Brighton have a throw-in with Estepinian passing to Baleba. Baleba's pass is blocked by Jackson. Jackson pushing Brighton all the way back to their own goal there. And he's done it. How do you think this? I bet this goal gets disallowed for Leicester. Oh no, no VAR. Remember that. There's no VAR today in the Carabao Cup competition.
But it's no good anyway.
I know. I knew you were going to say that. That's what everyone said anyway. Everyone's basically said what you said. Like, without it or not.
Down the club says it's no, we usually. I keep telling them it's a cartel.
We know that. And to take off a minute and a half off the end of a first half, ridiculous.
That's gone, Daniel. Leave that.
Yeah, but that ended up with our captain getting charged by the FA. Chelsea have had another shot with Martin, but it's blocked by Van Heck.
Have you had any pills there?
I had one.
I'm not good. Half time.
You're not turning it over.
I'm turning over.
Well, that means I'm going to cut the stream then, because I can't. What? You don't care about my thing? I'm trying to
get it on upstairs.
I can't.
Why? No, I mean, sorry.
You have to watch it on Mum's phone. Why are you
I don't want to watch it on Mum's phone.
Why are you so interested in watching?
I don't like this scribble stuff. That's why.
Goal
I'm
for
dead
Arsenal.
and I don't like it. All right.
Well, blame Sky for not picking our game then. I can't tell Sky who to pick. I wish I could, because I pick Chelsea every
You're
day of the
insisting on
week.
watching all these lines coming up. That's all you're doing. There's no atmosphere. We can't see any of the players.
Blue is the colour. Football is the game. Arsenal scored away at Brentford.
I made it 9.
Why? She was about to come in with him blaring down the phone. Talk about trying to get.
Offside, Chelsea.
Yeah, probably Jackson. Arsenal take the lead at Brentford with a goal through Nelson in the 9th minute. Chelsea have had 2 shots so far and no goals. No. How scary. Lol. Sassy's dispossessed by Dahoud, who's passed over to Mitoma on the left-hand side. Got a ball right into the area. And then Estepinian is dispossessed by Cucurella. Let's see how he fares at right back. Because I don't know why he's playing him there. As you say, he's always better down the left. A free kick for Chelsea.
Another game is non-alcoholic. And it tastes better than the real gin.
Interesting.
I could take a can on Saturday and a couple of cans.
I don't think you're allowed.
Yeah, it's non-alcoholic.
Yes, but for some reason, places where they sell drinks, they say, "Oh no, you got to leave it outside."
That's what I mean. I'll drink it on the couch.
Okay. Because I remember one of my friends when they went to Wetherspoons, he bought a bottle of water with him, and they said, "No, you got to get out." So basically, he's standing out there.
By the time we get there, I'll have drunk it anyway. What about if it's in a flask? Can they make you tip it out?
You'd have to show them what's in there.
I'll say black coffee. Well, that's what it looks like, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, when they look, they'll say, like, "Oh, hang on, what's he got there?" And by the looks of it, Bender won't be able to play against St Albans.
Why?
Injured again. So he won't be coming up against his team that he played for 6 years.
Have you told anyone what's going on yet?
Yes, I have.
What is that?
Just Chelsea been dominating, but now Brighton have a throw in with Lamptey, who was in the
Any stats come up yet? Who's had the most corners?
No one's had a corner yet.
The offsides?
We've had one offside. We forced their keeper into one save, and we've had 2 shots on 1 target. And they've had 1 attempt, but it wasn't on target. How do you get in here?
Yeah,
Oh, didn't hear
who's
it.
that? Gypsy?
No. Come here. Sit here. This is the next time I can watch it again. Look. Squinting, look. Pedro down the wing for Brighton. Buenanotte, is that what it says? Goal for Fulham against Norwich. We're playing them on Monday, so I'll keep an eye out on their result as well. And the predicted lineup will be going out on Friday, just as a heads up, because Saturday and Sunday are going to be very busy day. And Monday, of course, is the day of the game. Brighton seems to be playing around the back now. Their pass has gone out for a Chelsea throw-in. Cucurella to take it. I still find it weird that Pochettino's playing him as a right back. I prefer to left wing, because I told you last night, before he went to Brighton, he was playing left wing for the team he was at, and he was getting many goal contributions. It'd be funny if he scores against
Tell
them.
people.
I am. Then Cole was back. Pass over to Chilwell, who's at left back. Mudryk now has passed it to Palmer. Palmer seems to be getting in very good positions now. He's passed it very far forward now. Mudryk on the edge of the box, but it's cleared out for a Chelsea corner by Igor Julio. It's given Chelsea their first corner of the game. I can't remember the last time Chelsea scored from a corner. Can you?
Pass. I'm not that old.
I just think it must have been like Havertz or something. Or Lukaku. Lukaku scored a corner header for us, I don't remember.
Are they really going to buy him off us?
They might do.
Goal kick, right?
Well, he's got 3 goals.
Goal kick, right?
I know. You were just talking about Lukaku and just saying he's got 3 goals for him, so from that corner nothing came for it, and Brighton now have a goal kick. People are saying Chelsea are looking up for it. Someone needs to turn these attacks into goals. Oh, I wish. Oh, God, it looked like he was about to pass it in his own goal there. Verbruggen. I can't say that. Can you say that?
What?
Verbruggen. Is it Verbruggen? I can't.
Where is it?
That's the keeper's name.
Oh.
Brighton's pass has gone far forward, but Ugochukwu's won it back. Ugochukwu. I'm finally pronouncing it right. It's beaten Mitoma to the ball, which is very good.
All you got to do is Google it and listen to them say a couple of times and then you got it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's one thing you all do on dodgy names.
This is Ugochukwu, number 16. Ugochukwu. There you go. Ugochukwu. It's like Chukwuemeka. Ugochukwu. Blackburn are beating Cardiff in one of the other games in the Cup. Most of these other games are Premier League clashes, apart from Leicester. Leicester Team Championship, aren't they? They seem to be doing alright with this new manager they got in. Still think they should have got Potter though.
Yeah.
Chelsea have a throw in. I'm sorry, it's Brighton. Lamptey taking the throw in. He only you know why he left Chelsea, Lamptey? Because he wanted to have a starting place, but Lampard had Reece James, and that was when Reece James was getting better and better. Then he said, "Oh no, I want to go to," and he'd gone to Brighton. And he had a good long ball that was, wasn't it, from Estepinian in towards Mitoma, and Mark Cucurella has cleared it out. But Mitoma looks like he's got it back now. Cucurella's going to have a tough time going up against him for the full game, isn't he?
Oh.
Him versus Mitoma. Mitoma, you rate Mitoma. What? That's the Japanese player.
He's fast, huh?
And he studied dribbling when he was at university. So you know when you study that, that means you're really good.
What do you mean? One foot in front of the other?
No, it's like a subject. I don't know exactly what it is, but Brighton corner up that Cucurella clearance, and after that, Cucurella headed it out for a Brighton throw-in. So he's getting quite involved, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I knew he was going to start in this game, but I didn't expect him to play at right back. That's all. I was expecting to play anywhere on the left, apart from an defensive midfield. The odds that Chelsea have a 13-10 to win. Is that good or bad?
3%.
And Brighton have 15. Oh no, it's gone up to 11-8. Is that better?
3 points there.
And then Brighton have gone down over 8. I just expect this to go to a penalty shootout. You know by a part of it, don't you? If it's 0-0 after like the 70th minute, it's obviously it's going to go to extra time. Jackson just had a big chance there, which was missed there. You're falling asleep. Man City versus Newcastle has started. Lewis Hall playing in midfield for Newcastle against Man City. That could be two of the favourites there, couldn't it? Everton have taken the lead away at Aston Villa through Garner. Who's that? Garner? Scored. And Cardiff have equalised against Blackburn. All the goals are flowing in now, apart from this game. Just like on Sunday. Brighton passing around the back. But they signed a midfielder to replace Caicedo. Yeah, Baleba. He's making his first start for Brighton today. He was brought in to replace Caicedo after we bought him for £77 million from Brighton, of course. Right, Brighton have a throw in now. So we sold 2 players to Brighton for a combined £6 million. We signed Cucurella, Caicedo, Sanchez, Potter for more.
How much more?
A lot more.
Well, then, why didn't we charge them more when they wanted ours?
Because our players were in the last years of their contracts, and Cucurella only played for Brighton for 1 year. Then he sold to Chelsea, and then Caicedo only just signed a new contract, and then we bought him. So. All right, so there's only been 3 games when there hasn't been a goal in that started at 7:45, including Chelsea and Brighton. It's only been 20 minutes. But when you typically see the way the game goes, you know when there's not going to be a goal or not. Cucurella's passed it towards the Sassy. The Sassy's now got it over to the right-hand side towards Cucurella again. 20 minutes have been played in every single Carabao Cup game apart from the match that started at 8 o'clock. Aston Villa 0, Everton 1, Blackburn 1, Cardiff 1, Bournemouth 0, Stoke 0, Brentford 0, Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0, Brighton 0, Fulham 1, Norwich 0, West Ham 0, Lincoln 0, Liverpool 0, Leicester City
1.
Willian is playing for Fulham, I can see.
I'm going to go and get the Guinness. And none else got it, Guinness.
Havertz is playing
They stopped
for
selling it down the bunch because everybody was buying it. It was only £2 a can. And it tastes better than the original one.
Is it better than Mad Squirrel?
If anything's better than Mad Squirrel. Always better than Mad Squirrel.
Palmer doing really well there. Almost creating another chance for Chelsea, which we've only had not many. So I'm just looking through the stats of this game. We've created 20 attacks. They created 24. We've had 5 dangerous attacks. So Brighton having 15 dangerous attacks. Christ, that's worrying. But they haven't even forced Robert Sanchez into a save yet. Robert Sanchez's pass goes straight to Van Heck from Brighton. Igor Julio now passes to back towards Verbruggen in the Brighton goal. Just Verbruggen. The money is on Brighton. Hope is the best thing. Well, I hope Brighton don't win. I hope that Chelsea win. As I always hope. Yeah. Lamptey's won it back in the defence for Brighton. Van Heck's passed it back to Verbruggen in the Brighton goal. Egan Judah looks like Brighton are trying to play it around the back now. Pass it forward to Mitoma. Mitoma's passed it to ANSU FATI, and it's gone out for a Chelsea throw. No goals since the last update in the other games. Earlier, looked for Kai Tomori and Ruben Loftus-Cheek scored for AC Milan earlier, and Christian Pulisic assisted the goal from Ruben Loftus-Cheek, which is crazy because I don't think any of them actually had a big chance. Any created big chances in the last season, apart from Pulisic scoring against who is it? Wolves. That's the last time Pulisic got goal contribution for Chelsea, which was in the back end of October. So that was when Potable was cooking. Sanchez just lost the ball there against Joao Pedro. Luckily, he didn't miss that. Luckily, Joao Pedro missed that chance for Brighton there because that was a mistake by the former Brighton goalkeeper. Chelsea free kick. Cleared away by Van Heckel. And Brighton come away with it with Baleba. Baleba passing to Igor Julio. Joao Pedro passing to Tariq Lamptey. Lamptey's pass goes to Baleba. Baleba's pass goes straight to Van Heck. Van Heckel's pass goes to Igor Julio. Julio passes to Estepinian. Estepinian passes to Mitoma on the left-hand side. Mitoma passes back to Estepinian. Estepinian passes to Igor Julio in the middle of the defence. Brighton seems to be pushing further forward now at the start of Chelsea's half. Baleba's now passed it forward towards Mikhail Mitoma. Joao Pedro's pass goes straight back out to the wing towards Estepinian. Estepinian passes to Igor Julio. Julio passes to Mitoma, but Mitoma passes it all the way back. Seems Brighton are controlling most of the possession in this half. Brighton have upgraded their possession. They're now 59% possession. Chelsea only on 41% possession. Brighton have now had 3 shots, including one that's just gone wide by Joao Pedro. So they still haven't had a shot on target. Alright, Brighton have had another shot there. It's over. They're slowly forcing themselves on Chelsea right now. Worrying. but we'll have to try and see how we can deal with it. Still 0-0 going into the 27th minute. Still no goals in the other games after the last update. Everton still beating Villa 1-0 away from home. Cardiff and Blackburn drawing 1-1. Bournemouth versus Stoke 0-0. Arsenal beating Brentford away 1-0. Chelsea, Brighton 0-0. Fulham, Norwich 1-0 to Fulham. 0-0 between West Ham and Lincoln. Liverpool still losing against
That cat. Look at the cat. I'm going to throw it on the floor.
Oi!
Taking the mick.
Come here. What do you mean? Obviously. Probably
How long have they been playing?
28 minutes.
Suppose they'll lose.
Well, he's a muppet because Chelsea are going to win on penalties.
Yeah.
This
On
has been
penalties.
goalless draw. This.
Yeah, as I said 1-1.
Good goal of goal.
You've got to sit there. You don't sit in other people's seats, do you? There's been no goals since you last said. Brighton did have a big chance that they missed through Pedro. That's their biggest chance of the game. But it didn't even. The goalkeeper passed it to him, the Chelsea keeper, but he still didn't put it away. It wasn't even on target. So. But they're slowly starting to enforce themselves on us now. Oh no, injury. Injury for probably for Chelsea, and they're in our luck. I hate to say it, but it feels Chelsea are missing a 37-year-old number 9 type of striker. I wonder who anyone else is available in Saudi Arabia. Huh? Comment. That's a comment, Dad. I had to read that. The only 37-year-old striker I can think of in Saudi Arabia is Ronaldo. Well, that's not what Chelsea are after right now. They want future stars, not present stars. Leicester still holding. Leicester still holding Liverpool, you know. Yeah, but they kept their lead for 24 minutes. Goal for Lincoln against West Ham. In the 27th minute. Lincoln are at home to Premier League West Ham, and they are now losing. West Ham are losing. I remember when West Ham were 1-0 down to bloody Kidderminster Harriers, who are the same level as St Albans. Coughing. Trying to stop that cough from coming out there. Chelsea, chance of winning the Premier League lasted as prime Benzema. Right. I don't know. What are you on about? That goal didn't count. It had the ball in the net, but it was offside. Lincoln. Lincoln.
No VAR.
No, the flag went up. You know, like the late thing, you know, they're starting to do. Verbruggen had a shot straight at him again by Jackson. Let's see how Chelsea can test the Brighton keeper tonight. Because the last time we played him in that friendly, we won like 5-4. Was it 5-4? 4-3. And Cuckoo scored. Mudryk scored. Gallagher scored. Jackson scored. And only one of those players, only two of those players are starting. Mudryk and Jackson. So you expect this to be a 0-0 then? I don't know. It depends who can actually kick a ball.
It won't be after.
No, probably be Brighton. They'll probably win 1-0. Chelsea have another throw-in. We must have had at least 10 to 12 throw-ins on this side already. I think we've had about 8. Let me have a check. Do they have 6? That's not right. We haven't had only 6 throw-ins. I've counted more than that
It's
already.
6, you can't argue.
We've only had 7 dangerous attacks, and they've had 19. They've had 19 dangerous attacks in 31 minutes, and we've had 7. And they've attacked 32 times, and we've attacked 26 times. Caicedo, of course, joined Chelsea from Brighton in the summer, didn't he? They're all saying 115 million, they're saying. 77, if you factually put it right, because it was actually 100 million. Only 77 million went to Brighton. Because his former club, it was before Brighton, they had a sell-on clause. So they got, I would say a large chunk, but they got a chunk of money out of the deal. But Brighton couldn't say they've got 115 million from us all they want, but factually that's very wrong. And the 15 million is add-ons as well. So, and if the add-ons get completed, that means the player is doing well. Right, let's see. Robert Sanchez makes a save there against Joao Pedro in the 33rd minute. Jesus, their possession's gone up by 5% in the last 10 minutes. They were on 56%, now they're on 61%.
Taking over.
Slowly getting on top of us, yeah. Still no more goals in the Carabao Cup so far. City and Newcastle are 0-0 in the 20th minute. Apparently Brighton are pushing the players over. Yeah, and Cucurella and Caicedo have had a go at the ref about it.
Not doing anything, does it?
Moises Caicedo is following in the footsteps of Marc Cucurella in being furious with the referee. They're not happy with the ref. T. Bramall, he's the ref. You know that? T. Bramall, I don't know that, is he?
Yeah, but no, I know nothing about the referee. They don't concern me, I don't like them anyway.
You know,
honest.
I don't think anyone likes them, Dad, you know?
They're not honest, that's why.
Yeah,
People can't work out how they can miss a foul when they're standing 5 yards from them. And 10,000 people seal from 200 yards away. Some of the decisions they make is blatantly wrong.
I know. As you say, they can.
And they don't even put them up on it.
They can determine who
wins what.
Yeah.
The whole of their faith hierarchy went moving out. All refs ought to go and take more courses. And then it should be put on a point system.
Yeah.
If they have any failures, that points go down. Say, look, if you're good and you get loads of praise, keep all your points, you'll be top referee. Just simple as that.
There's been a goal in the Carabao Cup. Blackburn against Cardiff. They're winning 2-1 now. All the other games, all the Premier League sides are either winning 1-0 or drawing 0-0. Or losing 1-0 in Liverpool's case. If Liverpool go wow, this round, that's not leaving many of the big teams left to be the favourites. So obviously Man City, Man United, Arsenal. But Newcastle, Man City, that's another one of the two favourites that could get knocked out.
Sometimes these big clubs don't want to go and they can know that their players are going to get.
Well, City,
It's not
I think City went with a very rotated side. Yeah, and they're playing someone called Bob. Kovacic is playing.
Offside.
Probably Jackson again. Kovacic is playing. Lewis is playing. Bob and Lewis on the right hand side. You talk about not trying to go far in this competition. Now Haaland's on the bench though. No De Bruyne though, because he's still injured. Right, Mudryk on the left hand side, going up against Tariq Lamptey. That's a good battle, that is. Jackson now up to Caicedo. That's an interesting pass to Caicedo. Mudryk sits in the box now. He's had to pass it back to the edge, but he gets tackled by Igor Julio.
Really better than they did this morning, but still not 100% right.
Mm-hmm.
When are you going to get your ticket?
After the game. Or whenever he goes.
When they go out, you know.
Alright, Ben. No, not really, because I don't really watch this game because I'm not watching it right now. I'm just watching it on a crappy thing there. One of my friends in the.
Oh, right.
That's fine. People were saying that Mudryk should have dived to try and get a penalty. And knowing the refs, even without a VAR, they would have probably sent him off.
That's right, yeah.
Mudryk's sensational burst into the box. He stays on his feet from a risky late challenge when most players would have gone down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if there's not much contact with the player, they don't fall down. But only if they force. Oh, certain players.
That's better.
Yeah, certain players, if they go down, Grealish, for example, Kane, they go down with a single touch. So yeah, the way to see. Still no other goals in the League Cup. It's called the EFL Cup, but I'm so used to calling it the League Cup because since I've grown up, that's what's been the name. They keep changing it every 3 years, don't they?
Mm-hmm. That's where they get sponsored by somebody.
Yeah. Isn't it CARABAO? CARABAO?
All about money, Daniel.
I don't know. Right, Brighton playing around the back now. Igor Julio. If Chelsea can get a goal before half time, if they can't score 40 minutes, they can score in 5 minutes, are they? 41 minutes played. Chelsea 0, Brighton 0. Oh, we've had more shots on target than them. Is that something? But they've had 4 shots. They've had 4 shots. We've had 3. We've had 2 on target. This is a better success rate than them. They're not the team that spent £1 billion. We are. They've got half of our fucking £1 billion. As people keep saying that Chelsea have spent £1 billion. Have not. Because they're going off the full transfer fee.
Right, yeah.
But remember what they've done, they're paying it over years. That's why they give them the long contracts. But people just go straight off the fee and just say, oh yeah, they paid 115 million for Caicedo. Oh, they paid 63 million for Cucurella. No and no. Paid 52 million for Cucurella, paid 77 million for Caicedo. That's factual. Arsenal still leading at Brentford.
Maybe. That's what Brentford were doing.
Now Arsenal winning. They've got a goal inside 8 minutes.
Oh.
Brighton have now gone up. The expected goals have gone up to 0.19, and Chelsea is expected 0.04. Chilwell's run it now on the wing. Taking it on the left-hand side. He's tackled by Baleba. Mudrik's won it back, though, on the wing for Chelsea. Mudrik's passed it, but he gets intercepted by Buonanotte. Buonanotte's passing quite far forward now, but it's recovered by Leslie Ugochukwu. I can't say it. Leslie Ugochukwu. I say it's like Ugochukwu. I'm missing out. Oh, yellow card for Baleba. Remember the shootout goal thing? Remember, that means yellow card.
Yeah.
So, Baleba has just got a yellow card. First yellow card of the game goes to Brighton. That's the first time a team's got a yellow card before us in a game for a little while, I think. I think whoever scores the first goal in this game is going to win. Just like I said on Sunday, didn't I? I said on Sunday, like, whoever's going to score the first goal is going to win. Leslie Ugochukwu has a shot on goal. My guess it's blocked. Or someone's having a shot at least.
Hey?
Someone's having a shot at least. Yeah, it's blocked by that same player that just got yellow cards. They called him Chimiana. That's what they called him. Oh, Martin having a shot goal. We've had 2 shots in about 3 minutes. Cool, blimey. Wow. I think we're getting on top now, are we?
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, we've had 2 shots in a minute. That's more than we had for the whole 43 minutes before that. We had 2 shots the whole time in the 41 minutes. Now we've had 2 shots.
We're offside.
Have they had any offsides? No. They've had no offsides. We've had 3. 3 in 44 minutes. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, no, no.
You survive.
That's your mum's.
You survive.
That is not.
That's what they look like to me.
Well, they might.
Well, they're not. They're not. They don't.
What you say, not what we say.
They were definitely larger.
My legs are larger.
No, they are larger in
They're
that
larger.
photo than they are.
Why do you want everybody to feel sorry for you? Because your legs are fat.
They're not.
Well, that's what she tells me.
All the time.
That's not.
My legs.
That's not. Who's this? Who's the other? They're not yours.
They are
They're
mine.
not.
No, they're not.
They look like one.
No, they did. No.
That's
No.
what we're live.
Carol always says, "Mummy's so pretty. There's nothing of Mummy. If only I had Mummy's figure. Oh, dear.
Tell us you have my legs.
If only Mummy did herself up. If only took care of
Do
herself.
myself.
Jake.
If only Mummy brushed her hair.
Right, into the first added minute of this at a time. Leslie Ugochukwu picked
How
up a
many
yellow
extra
card.
minutes too?
Since Mum's been talking, Chelsea have got their first yellow card of the game, and Brighton have got their second. Estepinian got one for Brighton, and Leslie Ugochukwu got one for Chelsea. As they call him, Chimiana Ugochukwu. That's what they called him. I don't
Do you
call
know
him.
what's going on? Where's the thing?
The thing is right there.
Silly lines. Keep
Chelsea
going
have got to throw it.
You don't actually watch the proper.
No, and that's
Because
why I
it's
got
not
the
on
umpire.
telly. Because Sky decided to put on Newcastle versus Manchester City. That's why.
That's a 2 good teams.
It's not on another.
But
channel.
Chelsea and Brighton are supposed to be 2 good teams.
That's why there's no
live,
goal.
live stream service.
No. Unless you want your phone hacked and all your money taken away from you.
But you can't even see the players. Don't you know what's going on?
That's right. I
You
told
can,
him 9 o'clock going
but
on.
someone with the... There you go. There's the yellow card for It says.
Another yellow card.
Make that what's going on.
I'm not making it up because I can see what's going on, Jake. For someone with
You don't know
eyes,
what's going-
someone
Don't talk
with
like
not-
that. You sounded like him.
who's in?
Paul.
The games are coming up to half time.
But how
And so they get past the ball.
Van Hex just passed it away from Jackson. Jackson's now won it back, but Tariq Lamptey has decided to block the pass. Great, thank you. Buenanotte, is that his name? I can't really say. But his pass is blocked by Colwell, and Colwell just launched it so far forward, it almost went off the pitch. But he's had a pass it. Palmer's had a shot on goal, which is gone out for a goal kick. That clearance went quite far from Levi Colwell. Brighton have a goal kick at the end of this half. They didn't even say how much was added on, but 47 minutes have been played. Cole Palmer just has a chance there. I'm guessing there's another minute left. Oh, half time. Just as I say that, half time. Brighton 0, Chelsea 0. Chelsea had a big chance right at the end of the half through Cole Palmer, but it finishes 0-0 at the end of the first half. Let's see what happens in the second. Right, we're back for the second half. Chelsea 0, Brighton 0 at Stamford Bridge. At the end of the first half, Cardiff did get an equaliser away at Blackburn to make it 2-2. That's been the most entertaining game out of a lot, by the looks of it, in the Carabao Cup. Most other teams now drawing 0-0 or winning 1-0. Arsenal winning 1-0, Fulham winning 1-0, Leicester beating Liverpool away at Anfield. Still, City 0-9 with Newcastle, and Everton are beating Villa 1-0 as well. To start the second half, Ugochukwu's headed the ball away. He apparently did get away with a very shoddy challenge that was apparently very similar to the Malo Gusto challenge. They got Malo Gusto gets sent off on Sunday. So it looks like he got away with one there. Maybe the first time he got away with the challenge in a very long time. That one that we remember that he got sent off for, it wasn't even a foul. So, you know. Shot on goal by Dahoud for Brighton, but it's cleared by Ugochukwu. But Brighton have got it back towards the area, but it's cleared again by Leslie Ugochukwu. But Igor Julio has passed it forward, but it's headed away by Marco Correa. And Chelsea on the attack now. Intercepted by MITOMA. And Cole has now recovered it away from MITOMA, and he's kicked it very far away from the Chelsea goal. Jackson tries to attempt to go past Lamptey, but it goes up for a Chelsea throw-in. Chelsea throw-in towards Chilwell. Caicedo now to Ugochukwu. Ugochukwu's pass gone back to Caicedo. Caicedo's pass to Disasi. Disasi over to Marco Correa. Still at right back, by the way. Crazy. You think about Palmer now, passed it to Ugochukwu. Ugochukwu's passed it over towards Levi Colwill. Colwill's now passed it to Mikhailo Mudryk. Brighton have made a change. Liverpool have scored against Leicester. Brighton have made a change. ANSU FATI has come on Solly March for Brighton. At the start of the second half, Liverpool have scored at home against Leicester with a goal through Cody Gakpo. So Liverpool have started the half with a goal through their seems to be starting striker this game. Liverpool have equalised, and Brighton have made a sub. They took off Adam and they brought on March. Right, Brighton throw in now. They've thrown it straight to Colwill. Colwill's pass to Disasi. Bad throw from Brighton. But Disasi's pass is intercepted by Estepinian. Estepinian's pass is blocked by Marco Correa, who's having a lot to deal with, along with KAROU and MITOMA. So we've got to see what happens here. Someone's at the door.
What door?
That door.
We'll just stay there so long, too.
Goal for Bournemouth.
Oh, right.
And we've scored a goal.
No, can't it?
Nicholas Jackson.
No, it's going to come offside.
Nicholas Jackson
It's
scored.
going to be
No.
offside.
Goal. Nicholas Jackson has scored for Chelsea. As all the goals are going in, Nicholas Jackson has scored for Chelsea.
Ain't gone up yet.
Well, you missed it, mate, because it's 1-0 to Chelsea. Nicholas Jackson has scored. 1-0 to Chelsea.
Not up yet. They're reviewing the situation.
Goal!
Don't you know?
1-0 to Chelsea. Nicholas Jackson with the goal.
0-0.
No.
Why is it not going to... Oh, there it is.
Cole Palmer with the assist. Chelsea have scored for the first time in a month. Nicholas Jackson with the goal. We have scored the goal. The last time we scored a goal was in the Carabao Cup against Wimbledon. That's the last goal we scored. Enzo Fernandez. And now Jackson has just scored the first goal for Chelsea in September. In the last game in September for Chelsea, we've scored a goal. Nicholas Jackson, all the goals went in at that time. Blackburn retook the lead against Cardiff. Bournemouth scored, and then we scored. So it says Palmer lays it on a plate to Jackson, who makes no mistake on the finish. There we go. Oh, blimey. All the goals going in at once. You know? Nicholas Jackson with an assist for Cole Palmer. There we go. We have got a goal. We have got a goal. Come on, Chelsea. We've got a goal, Pop. Let's see how long we can hold us to the lead for now. That's.
What's that song by Stephen Sanchez?
What?
Played now.
There's all of them.
What's one you show now?
Shake.
Shake.
The first one's called something about her. That's the first one on the album. Until I found you, Mum.
Mum didn't know you found her.
Oh. It's all about Sanchez. Another one I showed you. You thought it sounded quite good. Everton have made it 2-0 against Aston Villa. And now Bournemouth have a second. So Chelsea have scored a goal for the first time in I don't know how long. But Jackson got a goal now. People were saying that he should be dropped because he was lacking confidence in front of goal. Now he scored. He won't be playing on Monday though because his suspension.
Yeah.
But maybe that goal, and now if he gets suspended, it could now hopefully promote something and hopefully get him scoring some goals. That's his second goal of the professional season. Professional season? Or the official season? Because he got a couple in the pre-season. He scored against Brighton in the pre-season when we beat him 4-3. It says, Chelsea 1, Brighton 0. Nicholas Jackson scores the second goal for Chelsea. Excellent vision from Cole Palmer in a tight space to find Jackson for a composed finish. Cool.
Yeah.
Great. The goals are starting to flow in the Carabao Cup now. There's only one game, there's only 2 games, there's been no goals.
Which are?
Lincoln versus West Ham, which started at 7:45, and Newcastle Man City, which started at 8 o'clock, and it's half time. They're the only games that there's been no goals. Every other game's had a goal in it. Can't believe we got a goal. I didn't know if we deserved it, but people saying we were, so I'm just saying we'll have to take it, right? So. Exceptional goal from Nicholas Jackson. And there's been another goal for Blackburn against Cardiff, which is 4-2. What a game that is. So in the 9 games, there's been in 7 games there's been goals. Chelsea have got a goal. The only game there's been no goals is Lincoln West Ham, which is still 0-0, which Lincoln did have a goal disallowed for offside in the build up to their goal, obviously, because there was no VAR. So. And then Man City and Newcastle are 0-0. And City have had so many shots. Newcastle, they've limited Newcastle to only 1 shot in 54 minutes. So good for them. Let's see if anything can happen. Brighton just had a chance, but they were offside. It's almost 9 o'clock and he ain't even awake. So we have to wake him. I'm not going to wake him because he's just going to snore. And I'll be watching this until the game finishes. He won't know a thing, man. Brighton seems to have gone on top since Nicholas Jackson put Chelsea in the lead in the 53rd minute. That goal comes for the first time for Chelsea since the last Carabao Cup game. Last goal we ever scored before today was Enzo Fernandez versus I can't remember who was it? I can't remember the team now. It's been so long I can't even remember who the team was. AFC Wimbledon, that's it. I couldn't even remember that. Are you happy about that?
Why are we not doing anything now then? Why are you not talking?
Because I was waiting for you to wake up. Because you don't know what the time is, do you?
Yes.
What's the time?
Time now is 9 o'clock.
Hey, Mum! Mum!
I'll get it now. Quick.
It's on now. With your phone, please. Whoa. We've got to have... Right. Chelsea have scored a goal through Nicholas Jackson. That's Chelsea's first goal in 338 minutes. That's... Is that Mum's phone? No, that's my phone. The one where I've got the stats on.
Right.
Yeah. Chelsea still winning 1-0 in the 58th minute due to a goal through Nicholas Jackson, who gets his second official goal for Chelsea. But he did get a couple in pre-season, you know, against Newcastle and against Brighton. So now, basically. So, yeah, and remember when the intro comes on as well, because that's got right now. Decided to watch this crap show for.
You sit there and watch it every night, you liar.
Hello, and what I've just seen, because I know what's happening in this episode, so I don't really need to watch it because I already know
Well,
what's
don't
happening.
watch it and get on with your football.
I am. I'm just waiting for Mama's phone so I can get back to watching the analysts. I'm not going away, so that can just play out. That's why I'm standing here. Mm. 4-2 to Blackburn now against Cardiff. That's the ding dong. You know, that's the ding dong game in this round at the moment. Arsenal still beating Aston Villa. No, Arsenal not beating Aston Villa. Sorry, Everton are beating Aston Villa 2-0. Bournemouth are beating Stoke 2-0 with goals from Solanke and Rothwell. Arsenal are winning 1-0 through Reece Nelson scoring against Brentford, not Brighton. This is. Oh yes! Oh yes! Oh Lord! Alright, so right now Chelsea is still beating Brighton 1-0 with a goal from Nicholas Jackson. Very good goal by the looks of it. After Cole Palmer really put it on a plate for him by the looks of it on this. Palmer. It looked like Jackson was offside. So if there was VAR, well. And the keeper, whoever the Brighton keeper is, Dad, he didn't even attempt to use his arms for that. By the looks of it, you know. And we celebrated like we won the fucking Champions League after scoring his goal. Yeah. Yeah, he was definitely offside. If there was VAR, that's not counting. So maybe sometimes the linesman can be nice to Chelsea sometimes, right? So, Mum.
You want my phone?
Yes, please. I'm just watching back the goal on mine.
The goal.
The goal. Bloody hell. Sculpture. So, just getting the game up again now. Don't want to look at him. He's a killer. It's been an injury. Chelsea's worst players tonight have been their oldest players. Oh. I hope it's not a bad injury for either side, but it's probably going to be an injury for Chelsea. Jackson almost scored again there. Verg again with a really good save. Chelsea slowly getting into their stride now. Let's hope we can score another goal to end this game off and knock the Seagulls out the Carabao Cup. Lord. Every time Liverpool seem to play Leicester in the Cup, it always goes to penalties. Probably going to happen today. It's 1-1 in the 63rd minute. The injury has been for Brighton by the looks of it. It's for Solly March. He only come on at half-time to replace FATI. It's a player. Don't say I'm making nicknames up, people. And that player seems to have been injured. And they have been substituted. Billy Gilmore has come on for Belemba by the sounds of it. So Gilmore's coming on at his former club, Chelsea. He made his name for, and then he left for Brighton, all because Thomas Tuchel didn't think he was good enough. But he's proven him. Tuchel's being proved wrong there by Billy Gilmore. Let's see how he reacts playing on his old stomping ground, Stamford Bridge. Mudryk is playing this kind of game, and Chelsea not much possession, but he's able to break on the danger. It's a good thing. Danny Welbeck's coming on for Brighton. He wanted to watch us, but he's asleep. Just heard you snore.
You heard wrong.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Looks like Brighton have played it out from the back with Verbruggen in the goal. Long ball forward to Estepinian. Pass it to Joao Pedro. Pedro is now passed it towards Mohamed Dahoud. But Levi Colwell is there and is there to win it back for Chelsea. Not for Brighton, for Chelsea. Johnny March has now played it towards Van Heckel. Gilmore. Estepinian. Estepinian to Igor Julio. To Dahoud. Dahoud over towards Estepinian, who is on the yellow card. There's been 3 yellow cards throughout this game. 2 for Brighton. One of their players that did get a booking has gone off. And they've also took off KAROU MITOMA. So Cucurella did a good job against slowing him up, so that's a good thing by the sounds of it. Because you know how good KAROU MITOMA is in front of any defender, especially a defender who's out of form like Marc Cucurella is. Looks like Raheem Sterling's coming on for Chelsea. Going to get more of an attacking force into this game to try and hopefully get a second goal to end this game. But I'm really taking off Palmer or Mudryk because they seem to have very good games. Of course, Palmer on his first start for Chelsea. Let's see what happens. He might take off Martson, but I haven't heard much about Martson in this game. But Billy Gilmore seems to get involved quite a bit already, and he's only been in the pitch about 4 minutes. So let's see what he can do against us. Chelsea have a goal kick. Gilmore just had a shot, just as saying if he could do anything good. He has a shot. So that's what happens when you sell one of your brightest prospects to a team that's on the rise, like Brighton are. Oh. Mudryk's come off. He's taken Mudryk off. And Sterling has replaced him. Let's see what can happen. Mikhailo Mudryk's is getting a lot of praise by people, which means that he must have done alright again. You see he's building up some confidence, as I said in the predicted line. If he keeps on playing, he's going to start cooking. And now he's come off for the more experienced Raheem Sterling. Oh. Awkward. So it looks like Mitoma didn't do anything against Marc Cucurella for this whole time, and everyone was worried about him, how he's going to face up against him. It might be a good thing that Cucurella has started at right back, which I thought was very odd at first. So you're not even watching it then?
I am watching it.
It's not snoring.
I'm not snoring.
The microphone's closer now, so they'll be able to hear you. There's been a goal for Newcastle against Manchester City. Lewis Hall assist. No, actually I got that wrong. Lewis Hall has come off at half time. And Isak scored probably off an Anthony Gordon assist. So Man City are behind in the CARABAO Cup against Manchester City. That's one of these teams are going to be the favourites of the competition. Either Newcastle, City, Arsenal, United, Liverpool. Spurs aren't in it anymore. Chelsea are still in it right now and are leading at home to Brighton. Brighton would be up there if they'd go into the next competition. You used to character that funny, no one. Jackson now further forward. Caicedo. Palmer's been dispossessed by Estepinian. Oh my god. Thrown for Chelsea in the 70th minute. Oh. This is so embarrassing. He's not even going to do anything. Brighton brought on another sub. They brought on Hindleswood and replaced who? Who have they replaced? Oh, so they've replaced Gilmore then, but they've replaced Mohamed Dahoud. So, no, it isn't. Now, where's the remote? Where's the remote, please? Quickly, before it goes on adverts, please. Liverpool have turned it round against Leicester. For the goal from Szoboszlai, it's been on 5 minutes. Blackburn have a fifth against Cardiff, 5-2. Did you hear the Newcastle score? Newcastle
Who?
1,
Yeah.
Man City 0.
Ooh, they're beating on them.
Yeah. Seems they must have changed them in a half time to
Mm.
have no shots. To City having 5 and not scoring 1, and they've had 2 and scored 1. What's your phone doing? Oh, what's that? Your friends on the WhatsApp.
Oh.
There's been only goal. 2-0 to Chelsea.
No.
Yes, 2-0. I repeat, Chelsea 2-0 against Brighton Hove Albion.
Didn't come up yet, though.
No,
Should
and
have VAR.
West Ham have scored. I told there's no VAR. And it's a goal for Chelsea against Brighton. It's 2-0. But who scored the goal? Palmer, Jackson again.
That's good.
2-0 to Chelsea. Nicholas Jackson gets his second of the game. Chelsea lead Brighton Hove Albion 2-0. Get in.
Kick the ball.
Yeah. There we go. I said we needed a second goal, and we got it. Nicholas Jackson, and now just as I say that West Ham have scored, so there's been a goal in every single game, and Fulham are going to make it 2-0 against Norwich. Oh, no goal.
What, for us?
No goal. It's just that the goal's just got taken. Offside, for fuck's sake.
So we were?
Yeah, no goal. It's still 1-0.
Right, okay.
It's no goal. It's still 1-0. The Jackson goal has been disallowed for offside. But of course, there's no VAR, so it's not going to be reviewed or anything. So ignore me saying it's 2-0 to Chelsea. It's still only 1-0. For fuck's sake. But Fulham have scored 2-0. What are you doing?
Left.
72 minutes have been played. They said Jackson was clearly onside, but it's been disallowed. Wow. The linesman. That first one, when I look at it, that was well offside, but it's still counted. Oh, piss. in messaging mum. He just said thank you. Right, so it's still 1-0 to Chelsea in the 75th minute due to Nicholas Jackson scoring. He did score a second, but it's been disallowed by the linesman for offside, not by VAR, because VAR is not into what do you call it? Not in use or not. People are saying daylight robbery for Nicholas Jackson's second goal that's been disallowed.
Why don't know VAR?
I don't know. There's Nicholas Jackson had the ball in the net a few minutes ago. It's been ruled out, and chances are coming for both sides. I had to keep it off there, Mum, because, you know, theme tune and that. Chelsea made another substitution. Enzo Fernandez has come on for Cole Palmer, and Ian Matson has come off for Gallagher. So, some changes there for Chelsea. We just need to get... Turn that out for now, Mum. Norwich have a goal back against Fulham. Okay. Don't go near that. Both Chelsea and Arsenal had winning will against the two Bs, Brentford and Brighton. Chelsea did have a second goal ruled out after Nicholas Jackson scored. Liverpool have scored a second at home against Leicester with a goal from Dominic Szoboszlai. Who is that? Huh? Why is he shutting the door all of a sudden? Why you decided to shut the door all of a sudden?
I know. The wind blew. The north wind passed it.
Why do you keep on doing it? You'd know when it's ending because I'll stop. It'll be finished in at least the next 20 minutes. You don't need to keep on checking. Ooh. This chance saved there from Brighton. Robert Sanchez saves it. Axel Disasi now passing out from the back. Marco Correa, who's played right back for this whole time. It's interesting. Couldn't even have Axel Disasi playing a right back and put in Thiago Silva at centre half, but it seems that Poch seems to like playing Disasi and Colwell in centre back when he's maybe not Colwell because he's been playing Colwell left back for the last few league games and Chilwell left wing, as many people quite rightly point out. So Chelsea still leading in the 78th minute at home to Brighton in the Carabao Cup with a goal from Nicholas Jackson. Only a few moments ago, he did have an offside goal disallowed, a goal disallowed for offside, which I wouldn't think it was offside. It was very close, but I'm saying if there was VAR on this for the first goal, that first goal would have definitely been ruled out. Why is he sending you a bunch of fucking photos? Lord. Luckily, I put the notifications down, the sound down, because it could go. There's been a goal in every single Carabao Cup game tonight. Aston Villa losing 2-0 at home against Everton. Blackburn beating Cardiff 5-2. Stop, please. Bournemouth beating Stoke 2-0. Arsenal winning away at Brentford. He's visiting Pompeii tomorrow. Come on. Brighton 0, Chelsea 1 right now. There's a break in play, but there's been a goal, and there's a goal for Brentford at home to Arsenal. Ah. You were saying Chelsea don't score goals, man. We got one, and Brentford have now got an equalizer against Arsenal. No, they haven't. No, they haven't. Why is this so inaccurate these days? When this, I'm watching this at St Albans, it's always accurate. When a goal goes in, goes in. You ready for this one? She's homeless now, isn't she?
She's homeless.
So what are they actually doing to this place? I thought they were making it into a building site. Joking. Garner's come on for Brighton. For Buonanotte.
Does he play for Liverpool?
Yes, and he is from St Albans. City still losing against Newcastle in the 64th minute. They're literally blocking it out with the umbrellas on. Where's she going? The singer. Sanchez passed out from the back. It's gone far forward onto Van Heck. Van Heck's head has gone straight to Mark Cucurella, and Sterling has been dispossessed by Tariq Lamptey in the 80th minute here at Stamford Bridge. I wish I was at Stamford Bridge. Obviously, I'm not. Chelsea are going to win against Brighton today. Well, we're 1-0 right now in the 81st minute. Let's see what can happen. Could Chelsea get second? I'd hope so. If Brighton did, can you
She's a woman.
I'm joking.
I love Lippman.
I know you do.
She's in the pianist, yeah, that right.
When's she a pianist?
It looked like the time.
Still all the same scores. There's not been many goals in the second half. Most of the goals in this run have gone to Blackburn. They scored. How many goals have they scored in the second half? They scored 3 goals in the second half, with Chelsea scoring 1, Bournemouth scoring 2, Fulham scoring 1, and Norwich scoring 1 as well. Liverpool scoring 2 as well. So we'll have to see what happens at the end of this game. This end of this game is going to take for so long now. After that Nicholas Jackson goal was disallowed, I thought that could have been the chance to end the game off, but you know, it's not going to be for 2 weeks, Mum. Where's he getting the money from? I thought he was supposed to be broke. Mum,
I don't know, you're not.
I am. But that killer Stevens is supposed to be broke. They seem to keep saying that he's got a load of money, but he doesn't. You said I can do that to stop trying to stop you. He says I can tap him on the shoulder until he stops. When people play comparing Cucurella at right back to Dave at right back. I think Dave could play anywhere across the back line. He got brought in as a left back. But Tuchel did compare them. But I just think Cucurella is better going forward and worse defensively than Aspilicueta was. So, just saying, like. Oh,
Oh, come here.
the PA job from Waterford. You don't like that. I've seen this part from the previews. She's supposed to be 40, Mum. 40. Chelsea have used 3 of their substitutions so far. 84th minute. Leslie Bashuk is still on the pitch with a yellow card, which for people are saying it could have even been a red. Not many players to try and bring off the bench now. You've got Amanda Brozier, Josh Brookins, David Washington, Alpha Gilchrist, Alex Smith, and Jordi Petkovic. They're the only substitutes left for Chelsea. Brighton only have a few. They've got Simon Adingra, who's on the bench, who's a very, very good player. I'm surprised they haven't brought him in on. I thought they would have brought him on for KAROU MITOMA. They decided to bring on Danny Welbeck instead, which means pretty much change of formation. They want to go 2 strikers with KAROU MITOMA coming off, and then bringing, still having Joao Pedro on the pitch. I don't know. 5 minutes was added time, and could even be penalties still.
I think it's 1-0.
Yes, could, if they score, it goes to penalties. And Villa have scored against Everton. So that was now 2-1. Aston Villa have a goal back. You haven't watched any of that, you know. You wanted to turn it over and you haven't even watched any minute of it.
No.
Have you? Aston Villa have got a goal against Everton back. It's 2-1 in the 84th minute in that game. And Villa, of course, at home in the League Cup. Probably their biggest chance for trophy. I mean, they are in the Europa League. Yeah, for Conference League, sorry. Is it Conference League? Yeah, they're in the Conference League. Probably won't win that. But it's a big chance for them to get a trophy. Jake, shush, please. Thank you. Still 1-0 to many sides in this round of the Carabao Cup. Newcastle beat Man City 1-0 in the 71st minute. West Ham winning 1-0 away from home against Lincoln. Chelsea still beating Brighton at home 1-0. Arsenal still beating Brentford away 1-0. The rest have had more goals. We've made another substitution. Armando Broja has come on for Nicholas Jackson. So Jackson's finished the game off with a goal. We're not scoring since Luton. Jackson scored for Chelsea in this game at home to Brighton against Brighton after his last goal came at home, Luton Town. He's now come off and he will miss the game on Monday due to his suspension. His 5 yellow card suspension, should I mention? Not the red card suspension like Malagusto is using in this game. For some reason in the league, you cannot use the yellow card suspension rule in the cup. You can only have for the league. It's only for one game anyway. For Nicholas Jackson, he'll be missing Fulham away on Monday. Either it's a chance for David Washington to get a start or Armando Broja. I don't expect Broja to start because Pochettino did say in this press conference yesterday that that Broja can only play a maximum of 30 minutes. So I don't expect him to start on Monday. It probably has to be David Washington or one of the wingers will probably have to start up front. I'd even start Palmer as a false 9 up front if you don't want to play Sterling or Mudryk or Madueke's back up front, which looks like it might be. Who cares? Shut up. Coming up to the last minutes of this game. Stop! Please, Dad.
Oh, stop.
Because my mic's closer now, you can hear that even louder.
What, look?
That
I'm doing that.
you are.
You're not getting out there.
I'm not.
Oh, wait, I've been watching it.
Have you?
Mm.
Okay. Not many
I've
goals.
been nearly finished, eh?
Chelsea they're in the 90th minute now.
Yeah, right.
But knowing with Chelsea 1-0 up, they're going to add on at least 7 to 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson's off now. Stupid. That's stupid. Liverpool have ended their game with a goal against Leicester in the League Cup. But that's not exactly what he wants to do. He's trying to pay her off to get her away from him. Dad. How much time do you think they've added on?
Well,
There's just about to be put up on the screen. You saying 5? I'm saying 6. 7.
mm-hmm.
7 added minutes at the end of this game for Chelsea and Brighton. Ridiculous. You know who gave him the money? It's not his money. It's her husband's money. You know that woman. It's her husband's money that he gave him.
To give to her.
Yeah, to tell him to say you don't want to go out with a 17-year-old or 18-year-old, however old he is. 91 minutes have been played. Chelsea are winning 1-0 at home to Brighton. Conor Gallagher has just received an offside call, Dad. Seven minutes added on, Mum. And 1 minute has been played. Did you see what happened? Dev tried to pay Courtney off with money, and it was Darren's money, and they're using it to buy the flat.
Oh.
Yellow card for Chelsea. Chelsea have received a yellow card. Brighton have a free kick in their own half, right? It looks of it. Ooh. Brighton just had a shot on goal, out for a goal kick. No other goals. Might not be many goals in this second half, Dad. There's only been 3 or 4. The person that got the yellow card that I was on about, Dad, Pochettino got the yellow card. The manager, not a player. There's a break in play. Someone's been offside in their own half, apparently, Dad. And that's why. Apparently, that's why Pochettino was complaining to the ref and he got booked for it. So I told you these linos and these officials are doolally. You say that, don't you? You said they're not good. Chilwell down injured. That will add on. That will keep on the extra time going. Chilwell's now down injured for Chelsea. Brozier was in his own half trying to run through on goal and they gave it offside. And they took the free kick, and then we got a player injured. How bad these officials, man. What? What are you laughing at me for?
Because I don't know what's going on.
I wonder if he's mentioned that he's going to try and is he going to ask him to kill him? Is some of the assisted killing that he keeps on banging on about? Because he's a man of God, he can't do that, and it's against the faith of the church, or the archdeacon of the church, because that's what it is, isn't it? Arsenal played 3 minutes away at Brentford and still lead 1-0. Chelsea played 4 minutes at home to Brighton and still lead 1-0. You got your this is your thing you watch, Mum.
It's very hard to watch when someone's doing it.
And it's very hard to watch for someone talk about stupid selling. See, I haven't even seen Killer Stephen once in this episode, Dad. They just no, he's going away. They said he's going on holiday with the Jenny to Thailand. No, he's going to confess. Chilwell has gone off injured. How many subs have we used? And we've got 10 men for the last minutes. We've used 4 subs, and we're not allowed to bring in an extra. You can have 5 subs, and Chilwell's gone down injured, and he has to come off. And Pochettino got booked for it. So Chilwell's gone down injured, and we've used 4 subs, and we're not allowed to bring in the last one. Yeah, and we're not been able to put on. Chilwell leaves Stamford Bridge injured. And I thought the injury list was going down. Well, it could have. It says Cucurella was absolutely brilliant in the second half. And maybe in a different position might improve his confidence. But I just think Pochettino could be playing just to try and see how much money we can get for him. West Ham have won 1-0 away at Lincoln in the Carabao Cup. Chelsea have got a few minutes to go, but there'll be more playing because Chilwell was down for a few minutes. And Arsenal have won 1-0 away at Brentford. Only 1-0, and they got a goal in the 8th minute. All the games are finishing apart from Chelsea, Mum, because Chelsea will be playing for a little bit longer now, because Chilwell went down injured and not allowed to do a sub, even though you've only done 4.
Calm down.
No, but if you have 1 sub left, you should be able to make your last one. But they haven't. The referee has not allowed that to happen. Yeah, Sterling, Fernandes, Gallagher, and Brozier's 4, right?
It must be a reason why they won. They won it to just level the game up, that's all.
They haven't even sent off any. They haven't had anyone injured off. Full time, Fulham beat Norwich 2-1. Liverpool won 3-1 against Leicester in the Carabao Cup. Man City still losing. I think the draw might be after the game, so I'll keep an eye out for that. In the 98th minute, and they're still playing. Oh, Lord. Caicedo's now down injured.
Years old, aren't they?
Their old player as well.
Have you got any red cards and yellow cards?
No. Still playing. Come on. End the game. End the game. Come on. He's played a minute over. And it's full time! Chelsea knock the Seagulls out the Carabao Cup. Nicholas Jackson's goal has sent the Seagulls out of the Carabao Cup. Big win. The Carabao Cup, Chelsea are through to the next round. They could face one of Arsenal, Bournemouth, Blackburn, Everton, West Ham, Liverpool, Newcastle are still playing. They're still beating City 1-0. They're still with a very rotated side. Thanks for the support of this live stream. We'll see you on the next one, which is, I don't know